Hey guys, how's it going? I am a ConflictNerd, and I thought I would take some time and give you my first impressions of Infinite Crisis. Of course, keeping in mind that this is all, in fact, beta footage. So I've gone ahead and put a good few hours into this before sitting down to gather my thoughts and deliver an opinion on the game. Mainly because it's a MOBA, but also because I'm very biased when it comes to a MOBA. Essentially, at its core, Infinite Crisis is a lot like every other MOBA on the market right now. You start off with nothing. You pick what abilities you have. You progressively level them as you get points. You buy items as you do in other MOBAs and you upgrade them with gold, boosting your character stats once again as you do in other MOBAs. You push out and secure control points, which are this game's alternative to towers, and this gradually decreases the health of the enemy power core. The more control points you hold, the faster this number goes ahead and drops. One of the major differences that you'll find in terms of gameplay and flow is that the game drops the traditional 3-lane setup and replaces it with 2 lanes that meet to form a circle around the map, with urban jungle and an orbital cannon control point in the middle. At least this is the case for the Gotham Heights map. The urban jungle contains various speed boosts that can become invaluable when trying to run away from or towards an objective or a champion. The orbital cannon summons a meteor that crashes into the enemy team's urban jungle, as well as counting as a 6th control point so the enemy power core will take more damage more quickly, and it also summons assault drones that will charge towards and attack enemy control points. Now, with all this in mind, is the game enjoyable? Honestly, it's very difficult for me to outright say yes or no on this one. I've always been interested in playing a MOBA regularly, and I can see me sinking a lot more time into this than I do with other MOBAs, but that said, there are a lot of things that need to be addressed and explained in more detail. When I first jumped into the game, I was left incredibly confused by the layout of the map and how the control points actually work. In a game like Dota or League of Legends, you have to follow the creep waves to the tower in order for you to attack it without taking damage. Infinite Crisis changes this up in an interesting way by having the enemy control point fire at you, but only when an enemy champion is standing inside of the control point. This effectively leaves a lot more room for you to go and simply take a control point from the enemy at any time, as opposed to having to fight your way towards it with the creep waves. Now, this is both good and bad. It means you can sort of go and harass them a little bit, but it can also be, it can be bad because you're being distracted from the main fight. You think, I'll go over here, there's no one over there, I'll go take the control point, but that might not be all that useful because, yes, you have the control point, but you've not got 3 enemies coming towards you, and the chances are you can't deal with them on your own, and the chances are that you not focusing on the main fight has gotten someone killed. Anyway, when you get used to the map layout and the mechanics of the capture points, the game really does start to shine. I played as Gaslight Joker for a while and was bloody awful, but I had a decent bit of fun with it. I went off and bought Batman, and I wouldn't say I'm much better, but I'm certainly having better games and more fun with him. There is a decent amount of variety in terms of the champions, and the fact that the game pulls from 6 different DC universes means that you're going to be seeing a lot more variety in the characters in the future as we head towards a release and beyond that. For those curious, the universes that we have are Prime, Gaslight, Arcane, Nightmare, Atomic, and Mecha. So there is definitely a nice pool to pick from there. Gameplay wise, as I've said, the game is a lot like other MOBAs on the market right now. The difference is that this one has a bit more of a shtick. Playing as DC heroes and villains is an interesting concept for a MOBA, and it's certainly working for this one at the moment. Generally, the balance in the game is alright, but there are definitely some improvements to be made. Right now, the Flash is horribly overpowered and can pretty much wreck all in his path. I've been told that it's been like this for a while, so maybe it's a deliberate choice to have him like this, but playing as Batman and going against the Flash, you're screwed. Flash seems to have a bit of everything going on for him. He can run extremely quickly, obviously, and he can also slow you down. His ultimate is huge and extremely difficult to get away from, and even when you do, the chances are he's going to slow you down and catch you with no problems, and then wreck you. Now, maybe I just suck. Actually, scratch that, I know I suck. But I still feel that there are a few vital things that need to be tweaked here and there. Now, overall, I think it's fair to say that this game is incredibly promising. I don't want to come out and say, yes, it's very good, or yes, it's very bad. It's not really fair to say when the game is still in beta, especially since it's a MOBA in beta, and they often change quite a bit from beta to release. So yes, it's promising. It's incredibly satisfying when you start kicking some arse, and it's incredibly infuriating. It's incredibly infuriating when you don't, just like every other MOBA. That's pretty much it. Go check it out if you haven't had a chance to do so yet, especially if you're into DC Comics. Anyway folks, I've been the Conflict Nerd. Thank you very much for watching this video. Quick reminder that the comments are currently disabled because Google has buggered up the comment section. We have a subreddit where you can go and discuss this video as opposed to using YouTube. There will be a link in the description and by me in the comment section. Just letting you know that that's what's going on. I haven't disabled them because I'm an ass. I've disabled them because Google is a bit of an ass. All that in mind, as I said, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.